Well, good morning. We're into April, I guess. It's been a month and I need some grub, so I'm going to make a trip into Morrisville. Only problem is today our back roads are seas of mud right now. And I'm not even going to attempt to try to go the routes that I usually take. I'm going to try to stick to the pavement so we don't get stuck, because it don't take much to bury us. A car especially, you don't have four-wheel drive, so it'll be a couple of weeks or so before the back roads dry out enough so you can drive on them again. But that's what you get living in Vermont. But the good news is you can see that our snow is disappearing. There's a little pile over there I can see still hanging around, but we're not out of the cold yet. It'll stay cold till the middle of April. We'll get down into the 20s and then it'll slowly get back up above freezing. So we can't plant our gardens up here until Memorial Day because it's just too damn cold. But if you're gonna love the Vermont, you gotta learn to love it. Good and bad and the ugly. Well, here we go. It's a balmy 41 degrees this morning, so it's like summertime, you know. Of course, the springtime brings potholes and lots of them. Some people plant trees in them just for a joke. Fortunately, this retirement park I live in doesn't get a lot of mud, but it definitely gets the potholes. Yeah, I'll check my fuel. We got a good half a tank, so we're all set there. That's rougher than a boar's ass. Whoa. Well, let's see if I can stop here. If you go this way sometime in the winter, you don't stop, you go right across the road. It's clear ice. Here we go. I think I'll bump into North High Park and cut across on some of the harder pavements. Last time we went, remember, they didn't have any pork chops, so I'm hoping they'll have pork chops today. I was thinking about picking up some beer today, but I don't know what's going to happen to my Labatt's Light. If they got them tariffs on it, it's going to make it expensive. What did we get ourselves into? Man's crazier than a shithouse rat. But he's got a following, just like that Jones fella down there, and made all those people drink Kool-Aid. Would he poison about 500 of them or more? Killed a senator? Every time I think of that guy, that's who I think of. People brainwashed. Willing to give up everything just for some stupid thing that dreams this guy has. I think he needs to change his diapers more often. That's the problem. Not that there's anything wrong with diapers when you get up to that age, because we all have them problems, that's for damn sure. But you're like a leaky faucet. resorted to going in my pants. No, I think I'll skip that part. That's not for me. Well, that's enough of that horse shit. Let's talk about something else. This is East Johnson. Used to be twin covered bridge going across there years ago, and then the 1924 flood took them out. Both of them. Getting closer, they're going to be moving our town library on the 26th. They got $1 million put aside to move that to higher ground to get it out of the floodplain. I guess in the long run, they'll probably save money from having to keep repairing it after the floods we get. But back in those years, everybody built along the rivers and stuff, and because we didn't have any septic systems, it was rivers were used to carry off our waste and give it to our neighbors down the road. But we got a little more civilized since then, and we started using them septic systems. I grew up without a septic system in the house. When I was very young, in the 50s, we had a two-holder outhouse. Those aren't fun to use either, especially in the wintertime. First thing in the morning, I'd listen to hear my sisters go out and do their thing, and I says, yeah, they got that seat warmed up, now I'll go. Because you wanted to make sure there's no rats down in there when you sat down, you might be losing some stuff. And when it got full, my father used to dig it out and spread it onto the fields and grow our vegetables. Yep. That's before they put chemicals into everything. You didn't have to worry about stuff like that. Nowadays they have to process all that to get all those chemicals out of it before you put it back in the river. Out there in some of those places. I'll be glad when the leaves bud out and start getting green again. I'm definitely ready for green. Sugar maples are still boiling. As long as they have freezing nights and warm days, they'll keep on right till it runs out. They're making a lot of syrup this year. I bought 3.5 gallons of it at the different sugar houses I went to. That should last me over a year for whatever I do my baking with. I like using the real maple syrup in it instead of that imitation stuff. that Sweetheart's Dance there when they made that movie. It was quite a while ago. Actually, I didn't like the movie. I thought it sucked, but I always liked that old house right there. There used to be all sawmills down through here. There again, they used the water power to run them. So we built them near the brooks and rivers. Guy River, they call that.